Hail, deputies! It's Friday, July the 3rd, and Alpha 12 is out. I'm going to go and do a quick rundown of what is new with Alpha 12. Now, they're saying that this is their biggest build to date, and it's got lots of new content and bug fixes. A new badass vehicle system with a mini bike. The long-awaited mini bike that has parts quality, storage, and locking. New sky and weather system with rain, snow, dust storms, and dynamic cloudy, clear, and stormy skies, lunar cycles, and blood moons. Now, from what I understand, you get the blood moon on the feral night. A brand new, sexy, humidity height-based random gen system. So we got a new random gen system with natural elevations, improved point of interest placement, cave placement, biome border mixing, and new footpaths. A new random gen mixer with full control over custom hub creation, prefabs that spawn, and their probabilities. They've also added dynamic ambient audio system with wind gusts, daybreak, nightfall, and blood moon stingers. A new physics system with new zombie ragdolls, tumbling blocks, and explosion impulses. So now, you know, blocks will tumble. I saw a video and it looked kind of cool. A new right-click action menu system with over most in-game actions. That didn't quite make sense. But basically you'll be able to right-click on an item and you'll have a menu of actions that you can do to it, like wear it or eat it or the like. A new gun attachment system that supports flashlights, so you'll be able to put a flashlight on that gun, on that sniper rifle or whatnot, for nighttime combat. A new alternate ammo system that supports stone-tipped, iron-tipped, steel-tipped, and flaming arrows, as well as shotgun slugs. A new leveled loot system. A new bear enemies. We're going to have bears! Not just deer and piggies and rabbits, but bears that you can eat. Bears that can attack you and kill you. There's going to be quality on bows, crossbows, augers, chainsaws, and all clothing. New graphics options include motion blur, depth of field, dynamic contrast, and tone mapping. A new tree falling system, so instead of it just going, you know, kind of like straight down and being in pieces, it's actually going to fall down like a real tree. And if the tree falls on you, or if the tree falls on a zombie, it could kill them. New high-res acid-puking Hulk model. I don't know, is that, what's the Hulk model? Is that like the cop? I don't know. A new crafting basics category to help players craft the most important items quickly. Oh, well, that sounds interesting. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? These are pictures from Alpha 12. Here's the release notes. New vehicle system with craftable mini bike. You must first find and read the mini bike book. Then craft a chassis and place it in the world. Then you craft mini bike handlebars, seat. You have to find wheels, battery, and small engine and add them to the chassis. The higher quality the parts, the better your gas mileage, speed, and protection that the mini bike offers. You can interact with the chassis by pressing or holding E, which displays available radio menu options. Drag parts into the chassis window to add them. Click on the parts names to remove them. Optionally, you can find and add a shopping basket and padlock for storage and locking. Locks are invulnerable for the first version of vehicles. You can also activate the headlight with F and the horn with X. You can give zombie both large pains and ragdoll deaths if you're going fast enough. If you're not, they might stop you. New sky and weather system with rain, snow, dust storms, and dynamic cloudy, clear, and stormy skies with lunar cycles and seventh night full blood moons. The system supports new weather sky spectrums. Coming soon, hot and cold weather survival. Oh, I'm going to look forward to that. A brand new, sexy, humidity height-based random generation system with more natural elevations, improved point of interest placement, improved cave placement, improved biome border mixing, and footpaths that beg to be explored. Oh, I look forward to that. It comes with a new random gen mix that gives players full control over custom hub creation, prefabs, and spawn and their possibilities. Now, I already loaded up the game, and under the options, I didn't see anything about where I could change this. Maybe you have to edit the XML files to do that. Rivers and more lakes will come in the next build. New dynamic ambient audio system. Okay. It adjusts the wind based on the weather and plays the daybreak stinger at 6 a.m. So you'll have a sound that tells you when it's morning. Nightfall stinger at dusk when zombies start running. So you will have audio clues to let us know when the change happens. And the blood moon stinger on a full moon 7th night. New zombie ragdolls, tumbling blocks, and explosion impulses that throw zombies in the air. Ooh, that sounds cool. System also drops wood, stone, and metal terrain debris piles, which can be used to salvage resources from physics events. New right-click action menu that includes craft, take, drop, equip, wear, heal, eat, drink, read, examine, attach, scrap, and split. From it, you can quickly do a lot of actions that used to be tedious or harder to learn for new players. No longer do you have to drag them to the crafting window for some things. You can just click on it and say scrap, and it's scrapped. New gun attachment system with flashlight attachments on all firearms except the blunderbuss. A new alternate ammo system that adds stone-tipped, iron-tipped, steel-tipped, and flaming arrows, as well as shotgun slugs and supported recipes. Ammo can be loaded by right-click loading new ammo type. Alt-R swaps to the next available ammo time in your current selected weapon. I don't know exactly what that means. I'll have to experiment with that. New level loot system that scales / multiplies player loot chances based on their current player level. And yes, level 1 players can get flawless and rare items. Added new bear enemies that are in every biome except desert and caves. Why wouldn't they be in caves? It seems like to me like bears would be in caves. But they're not going to be in caves, and they're not going to be in the desert. I guess it's too dry for the bears to be in the desert. Bears will attack player and zombies. Like dogs, bears have a give-up time where they will only chase you so far. If you can kill one, you can reap the benefits of bear meat and make charred bear, grilled bear, boiled bear, and bear stew. Yummy, yummy bear stew. Added quality ranges on bows, crossbows, augers, chainsaws, and all clothing. Added the Riddle of Steel book, which allows the player to craft steel molds. In turn, they can craft new steel pickaxes, steel-tipped arrows, flaming arrows, and upgrade concrete blocks into steel reinforced concrete walls. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Add a bunch of new graphic options. Let's see. Improved controls, allowing a wide range of flexibility for users to tune the game for the visual look and performance desired. The video options menu has mouse over tooltips to guide new players in optimizing the graphics for their system. Added falling trees with physics that fall after damaging them, dropping their wood, and crushing zombies and players if they fall on them. Added a new high-res acid puking Hulk model, improved crafting with new basics crafting category at the top of the recipe list to help new players and players who just died find the most used and most important recipes quickly. Items no longer need to be crafted or cooked once to quick craft and quick cook. No more required drag and drop. Oh, that's going to be nice, because that can be tedious. A bunch of new weapon animations, including punch, drink water from hands, many tools, and more. Also improving the unholster times. The holstering and unholstering is much faster and more satisfying. We also changed some non-interactive hand and drop items to a burlap sack to reduce clutter in memory. I have to experiment with that and see what that is. I'm not quite sure that I understand that. If it's what I think it is, then it's long awaited. Added new single player only game pause game feature. Simply hit the escape key. Ooh, that's going to be wonderful. That means if you're playing single player and you got to go to the bathroom, you can just hit escape. You can go to the bathroom, you come back, and everything be exactly the way you left it. You no longer have to just log out and then come and log back in. You can now craft gravel or small rocks from destroyed stone depending on grid placement. Added set in concrete book to game and loot that unlocks cement molds, rebar frames, and buckets of concrete. Added new hidden bomb shelter location to Random Gen. Ooh, I wonder what that's going to be like. That sounds interesting. Added new hidden mountain man cabin with the secret loot to the Random Gen snow biome. We gotta go check out those snow biomes. Added herbal antibiotics item and recipe that has to be found. Will cure dysentery and stage 1 infection. That's nice. Added unique mountain man loot chests that contain herbal recipes. Added auger is now craftable from a small engine handlebar, an auger blade, and auger parts unlocked by an auger schematic. So now you have to get the schematic to make an auger. Realistic values, added realistic values to crossbow. Aviator goggles added to the loot and protection to eyes. Loot quality templates to shorten time on balancing loot. Added damage decal to wood, window, and block models. Added pressure plate mines and recipe made from scrap metal and gunpowder. So pressure plates. Added uses of escape to go back in menu. Added zombie dog give up sound. So when the dog gives up, there will be a sound, so you will know. Added scrap metal armor and iron armor can now be scrapped or melted down. Blocks such as grass, furniture, and glass no longer provide stability and will not support the weight of anything. Added leather scrapping. Note you must know how to make leather by reading leather tanning. But now we can take our old leather and scrap it when we upgrade. And if we find leather and when we're not going to wear it, we can turn it into leather scraps. Plant fibers can now repair plant fiber pants. That's good. Added a natural healing system where if the player has over 50% food, it will slowly heal. This is very important. A buff icon will show when you are healing. Added new blue and orange painted concrete pillars. Added 2 pillars with orange stripes to the parking garage. Added new furniture tables to locations and wood, redwood, iron, and scrap iron table recipes. Added ability to click on radio menu options as well as releasing E. New recipe to make plates from wood debris. New item block placement shader. Added glue and duct tape items and recipes. Added M136 rocket launcher back. Needs animations and balance. Disallowing rules. Added disallowing rules for players spawning inside random Gen Town. So in Alpha 11 you might spawn in a random Gen Town, but now you won't. That's my take on that. Added desert rock formations and rock formations to forests and snow biomes. That will be cool. Added coal formations to snow, forest, and burnt forest. Added crafting icon mouse over tooltip for icon category names. Added a new small yellow book icon above books the player has already read. Yay! That means if you've already read it, you're gonna know. And you're not gonna have to say, oh, have I read this? You're gonna know from looking at it. I have so wanted that. Added, let's see, print generic system information to log. Okay. New fog spectrums. Added bushes now have branch rustling sound when moving through them. For a more realistic fact. Added glue and duct tape to the game. Glue can be made with the beaker from bones or found in loot. Duct tape can be made from cloth and glue and also found in loot. Added on clients, the save game folders automatically move to new location. See new changes to saved games in the changed section. Added dropped unlit version of torch. Added steel ingot mold. Added and changed hotkey shortcuts and inventory management controls. Right mouse button opens the new right click action menu. Left mouse button grabs a stack of items and stick it to the mouse. While holding the stack in the inventory, left click will place the full stack in the slot and right click will place just one item. Shift plus left mouse button moves the single item or full stack of items between the belt, backpack, or loot container. Okay, that's going to be handy. If there's no loot container open and you shift left mouse button on a backpack item, they move to the first empty belt slot. If there's no loot container open and you shift left mouse button on belt items, they move to the first empty backpack slot. If a loot container is open and you shift left mouse button on belt or backpack items, they move to the first empty loot container slot. If you shift left mouse button on items in a loot container, they go to the first empty backpack slot first, then the first empty belt second if the backpack is full. Shift right mouse button splits a stack in half and sticks it to your mouse. If the stack is an odd quantity, it will leave the smaller half. For example, a stack of 7 will leave 3 items in the slot and grab 4. Control right mouse button takes one item from a stack and sticks it to the mouse. Left mouse button adds to the stack. If you add a stack to another similar stack, it will complete or fill the stack to its max capacity. Changes. Changed all in-game windows, including player-built ones, are now unified to break out and plug up consistently. Change degradation rate of most tools to be better on the low quality. Day and night hordes do not spawn on day 7 blood moon intervals anymore. Only feral night hordes spawn on the 7th day. Night hordes should always come at sundown and will never be delayed. Any current hordes will be disbanded. So you got to be ready for when that sundown comes, because on this they're going to come right at sundown. Let's see. So now when you start the game, you'll start at 6 a.m. so that you get maximum daylight your first day, because it used to be that you would start at, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 a.m. I think it was 8 a.m. Change 24-hour cycle options, adding 50-minute default, and remove 240-minute option. I don't really understand what that means. Let's see. Removed percentage of night game option, replacing it with daylight length. 12 hours, 15 hours, and 18 hours, which is the new default. Change daybreak is locked to 6 a.m. always. A lot of books have been converted into schematics that look like the item with a small blueprint in the corner, like iron armor, leather armor pieces are now unlocked with individual schematics. The leather book now only locks leather creation. Many other books have been changed to individual schematics. All firearm unlocks have been converted into individual schematics. Cans can now unlock, gas cans can now unlock as a schematic as well. Ammunition nation has been removed, and all individual ammo types except the 44 have been converted to schematics. The claw hammer is now unlocked with a schematic, as well as the new flaming arrows. So it's going to be more difficult for you to, get all the good stuff. You're going to have to find all these schematics. Increased hardness of steel. Change stun rules so weapon damage and player stamina are considered. Deleted unused tree and bush assets. Dressers have a greater chance to drop clothing. Cobblestones are now made from small rocks and lumps of clay. So the recipe for cobblestones has changed. Increased player run speed. That's nice. Shopping baskets with no loot can be picked up and used for a mini bike storage. Change experience given for zombies. Replace a cut log block with new smooth logs. Iron pickaxe does half the damage it did against stone and metal. Increased spawning of roaming hordes. A rebalancing pass for player XP. Switched bear, stag, pig, and rabbit to use the standard shader. Thickened grass and forest, pine forest, and plains. Metal strips can now repair mining helmets. Increased probability of finding pants. Gore blocks now take longer to degrade and visibly shrink as they degrade. Lowered cave count per biome. Gravel path count per cave path lowered, or path count per gravel Thirst stage 2 now causes health damage. Okay. Changed menu buttons from exit to quit. Removed burnt forest ground from rubble sides. Re-enabled dog hordes. No, no dogs. Core blocks fall and have no stability. Core blocks will stick on the ground if they fall. Core has several stages of destruction now. Animals in all biomes except snow and desert respawn 3 times slower. In snow and desert they spawn 1.5 times slower. So there's going to be less animals in the snow and desert biomes. Removed meat on a stick. All boiled foods give you 5 water now. That makes more sense. All foods now give half as much food as they used to compensate for the slower metabolism in Alpha 11. In random gen, deserts are more common now and forests less common. So you'll see more deserts, less forests. Ladders will now support things. Placement of wood stairs is now inverted. Garage doors are now wood instead of wood weak. Nerfed axe damage to wood. Oh no. Tweaked pine forest spectrums and mood. Optimized rendering of sky and water. Some block structures have too much stability, so that was changed. Changed terrain doesn't show density on downgrade. Screen wallpaper blocks now downgrade to wood frame. So no more quickly going through those those green walls anymore. Sob, sob, sob. Improved sandstorm, thinned cacti desert, deleted, blah blah blah. Let's see. Move scrap recipe button to above output tray, whatever that means. Okay, I'm gonna skip over some of these. Change default inventory to tab key. Antibiotics only give half the wellness over time as before. Driftwood now drops trunks, and removed driftwood to planks recipe since you can no longer get driftwood. Removed the plant fiber torch recipe to clean up the crafting menu. So you can't make torches from plant fiber anymore. Removed plank recipe from trunk tips. Renamed furniture / decor to just decor. Renamed weapon repair kit to repair kit is now used to repair the mini bike as well as weapons. Let's see. New item hover info and examine windows. Gas pumps now contain gas can loot and do not explode when shot. Remove the iron wall recipe. Tweak the third person camera. It is now to the right of the shoulder. Which is odd because to my knowledge, they don't support third person anymore. Maybe they're planning to bring it back. Maybe they've even brought it back with Alpha 12. I guess we'll find out, right? All safes are locked and have to be broken into now. Loot timers are reduced to 1 second. Reordered terrain blocks. Most likely saved games will be borked. Well, I kind of figured that. I'd already deleted my saved games and starting off fresh with Alpha 12. Increased depth of snow, forest ground, and grass to reduce banding of textures on hills. Snowy biome has asphalt roads again, now that we have real snow that covers roads. Removed snowy cabin variants from the game and added all cabins to snowy biomes. Removed all snow from prefabs and cleaned up old blocks and textures. Removed all icicles and snowy roof blocks from all prefabs as the new snow system snows on roofs. Unified all wooden upgrade costs to 4 planks, so you cannot profit from destroyed wood. Okay. Removed ability to attack with a stick. Thinned trees and snow biomes. Audio controls needs to apply before hitting apply. I don't understand that. All zombie and animal collision more accurate for bodies, heads, arms, legs, and ragdolling. Reduce the maximum size of towns. Okay. Oops, hit the mic. Change clay texture, and clay is now a sub-biome and found in patches rather than on the side of cliffs. Crafting grid mouse over item name tip should be smaller box without an underline. Improve the coal and potassium nitrate texture. Increase probability of getting sporting gear from Shotgun Messiah. An added green plaid shirt to loot. Increased chance of clothes and dressers. Created new high-res art for yucca and aloe plants. Lowered stamina use of stone axe. Airdrops drop more stuff. Updated selectable loot respawn game options. Okay, so you can disable loot respawn, or you can set it to 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, and 50 days. Default is 30 days for loot respawn. Mailboxes and lockers have readable books instead of just junk books, and junk books are now mixed in with good book loot. Okay. Stack of clay lump is changed to 250. Bookstore loot containers have 0 to 1 books. Household bookshelves have 0 to 2 books. So the bookstore isn't going to be, you know, as loaded with books as it was in the past. Screenshots F9 now save out JPGs. Rebalanced clubs, they are more effective at low quality levels, but wear out faster. Okay. Lowered entity damage on lower quality stone axes. Renamed home maintenance book to hammer schematic and changed art. Wrench can no longer be crafted. Might add this back in later. Changed weight of short shotgun barrel. Changed chat box and text no longer renders in front of other menus. Okay. Alright. And they fix some stuff. I'm not gonna cover all of that, but the bug where the wood spikes would go invisible and no longer damaged has been removed. So yeah, this is great. I'm looking forward to playing, and so that is what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to get into the game and check it out. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, because I'm going to be making a lot of 7 Days to Die videos starting tonight. I am going to get busy, so we will see you later. Bye. Are you a nice doggy? Evidently not.